Zero drop beer, zero drop shoes. G'day guys, it's Rocky here from Further Faster, and it's beer o'clock review time where we have a beer and talk about some gear. Got a classic one today. We'll be talking about the new Lone Peak 9 Plus some Ultra, but as always we start off with a beer. I'm doing a bit of a zero thing at the moment, so I'm testing a lot of different zeros, and this is the Epic Super Zero, an Indian Pale Ale from obviously the Epic Brewery. Kiwi brewery, and yeah, it's really nice. It still tastes like beer. Some of the zeros taste a bit wishy-washy. This tastes like a beer. So if you're into zeros, give one a go. Right, on to the shoe. Now, we've done Ultra shoes for probably since their inception in NZ, probably 7 years now. And the Lone Peak, I think the first Lone Peak I had was the Lone Peak 3 back in the day. And it's moved on, and it's moved on, it's moved on. And it's by far the best seller from Ultra for us. I mean, a lot of people use it for running still, but an awful lot of people use it for through hiking on the TA. And so what we have now in front of us is the latest version, which is the Lone Peak 9 Plus. Now, I am exaggerating that plus because there is a Lone Peak 9 which has come out in certain markets, and we kind of jumped past that and gone straight to the plus, and there is a massive difference which I will talk about in a minute. Anyhow, so what are the differences between the Lone Peak 9 Plus and a Lone Peak 8? I've got an 8 here to show you actually, so we can have a look at the differences a bit more. First of all, it's still the original foot shape. Both of these had the original foot shape. What I would say though is this feels a smidgen wider than the previous version 8. I've tried it on. I'm still a US 11 in these, but this felt a wee bit more roomy. It's also a wee bit more roomy in the heel, because what they've done with the 9 Plus, they've taken the plastic stability plate off the latest version, so that gives a more flexible feel in the heel. It also feels just a touch roomier as well. The lacing has slightly changed as well, where now you've got lacing on the outer here. You've also got these wider lace holes as well, so if you want to lace out wide and pull in, you can do, as opposed to the older one where you see the lacings on the inside and the outside here. It was on the inside there, and you didn't have that option of pulling in through there. They've also changed the midsole foam as well, so it's a little bit spongier, which will be nice. They've got a slightly more reinforced toe bumper now. This material feels tougher. It's ridged a little bit. The whole shoe feels a little bit toughened up throughout actually. It's still that 25mm stack height, by the way, but obviously now the biggest change on the 9 Plus is the sole. So what they have now changed to is a Vibram Megagrip sole. I think we've been asking this for years, you know, wouldn't it be great to get a Lone Peak with Vibram sole? Now there is a Lone Peak with the Vibram sole. Obviously for years it had the Max Track sole on it. Really good sole, very soft though, wore down reasonably fast. With this Megagrip sole, I think there's going to be, it's slightly tougher. It feels like it's slightly harder wearing compound, so you should get a little bit more wear and tear out of it, which would be really, really handy. So overall, you've got a slightly more toughened up Lone Peak than the previous one. I'd say with a better sole unit personally, and a little bit more room in the midsole and the heel. We're offering it in standard. Also, we do have, if you have got chunky feet, the wide as well. But only really get this if you need it, if you've got a really wide midfoot, because it is a bit of a boat, to be quite honest. Some people, they'll need it for sure, especially if you're in those bigger sizes, maybe a 13, 14, 15, and we will be holding those sizes. In men's, we're running with the red and that navy colour there, and the ladies, we're running these two colours as well. If you were to go on our website right now, there's actually a mistake on there. We've actually put some of the wrong specs on there. We're going to be changing that hopefully today, and we'll put the 9 Plus specs up. Anyhow, so that's the new Altra Lone Peak 9. Cheers guys, thank you.